Why are more older adults choosing solitude over socializing? This trend is reshaping how we view life after 65. Many older adults are discovering that solitude offers peace, personal growth, and a chance to prioritize what truly matters. This shift isn't about loneliness, but about embracing independence and finding fulfillment on their terms. From valuing quality relationships to avoiding social overload, there are compelling reasons behind this choice. If you're curious about why solitude is becoming a preferred lifestyle, stay tuned as we explore the deeper meaning and benefits of this transformative decision. Ready to rethink socializing? Let's dive in. 1. Prioritizing quality over quantity in relationships. As we grow older, our perspective on relationships changes. It's no longer about having as many connections as possible, but about nurturing those that truly matter. This isn't just practical, it's liberating. Many older adults realize that quality always beats quantity when it comes to relationships. After all, what's more valuable? A room full of acquaintances or a heartfelt conversation with someone who genuinely cares? Think about this. Every moment is precious. Why spend your energy on relationships that don't bring joy or fulfillment? Instead, focus on those who uplift you, understand you, and respect your boundaries. For many, this shift happens naturally over time. As we age, we learn to let go of relationships that feel forced or one-sided. And while it may feel uncomfortable at first, it often leads to a deeper sense of peace and contentment. Here's something to consider. Our emotional bandwidth isn't infinite. Trying to please everyone can leave us drained and unsatisfied. But when we focus on a few meaningful connections, we create room for real intimacy and understanding. It's not about cutting people out of your life. It's about being intentional with your time and energy. Take a moment to reflect on your own life. Are there relationships that feel like obligations rather than joys? It's okay to step back from those. Prioritizing quality relationships isn't selfish. It's necessary for your emotional well-being. Surround yourself with people who make you feel seen and appreciated. For example, I once spoke with a woman who shared how she downsized her social circle after retirement. She explained that she no longer had the patience for gossip or shallow conversations. Instead, she poured her energy into a few close friendships. The result? She felt lighter, more connected, and happier than ever. So how can you apply this in your own life? Start by identifying the relationships that bring you joy. Reach out to those people more often. Make time for meaningful conversations. At the same time, don't feel guilty about stepping back from connections that drain you. It's not about burning bridges, but about building a life that aligns with your values and priorities. The beauty of aging is that we gain clarity about what truly matters. By focusing on quality over quantity in relationships, you're not just simplifying your life, you're enriching it. Remember, life is too short for anything less than genuine connection. Start today by choosing relationships that make your heart lighter and your days brighter. You deserve it. 2. Valuing personal time and peace. As we age, the value of peace and personal time becomes crystal clear. Life often feels like it moves too fast, and constant demands on our time can be exhausting. This is why so many older adults are choosing to prioritize moments of stillness. Solitude isn't a void. It's a space for growth, reflection, and self-discovery. Think about the times when you've been alone and felt truly at ease. Maybe it was a quiet morning sipping coffee, a walk in the park, or simply sitting with your thoughts. These moments of solitude aren't just relaxing, they're restorative. They allow you to step back from the noise of the world and focus on what really matters to you. For many, personal time is an opportunity to reconnect with hobbies or passions they may have set aside. Maybe you love painting, gardening, or reading. Solitude gives you the freedom to dive into these activities without distractions. It's your chance to create, learn, or simply enjoy the moment. And let's not forget about the mental clarity that comes with peace. In solitude, you have the space to process your thoughts, reflect on your journey, and set intentions for the future. It's in these quiet moments that many find answers to life's biggest questions. One older man once told me that his favorite part of living alone was the sense of control he felt over his time. No interruptions, no obligations, just the ability to spend his days in ways that brought him joy. He said he felt more connected to himself than he ever had before. But let's be clear, valuing personal time doesn't mean shutting people out. It's about finding balance. You can enjoy meaningful relationships while still carving out time for yourself. Think of solitude as recharging your emotional batteries so that you can show up fully for the people who matter. Here's a simple tip. Schedule personal time into your day, just like you would a doctor's appointment or lunch with a friend. Whether it's 30 minutes or a few hours, treat it as non-negotiable. Use that time to do what makes you happy. No guilt, no distractions. Peace is a gift we give ourselves. And as we grow older, it becomes even more important to cherish that gift. By valuing personal time, you're not only nurturing your mental health, but also setting the foundation for a life filled with meaning and purpose. Take this as your sign to embrace the quiet. In those still moments, you might just discover the best version of yourself. 3. Changes in social dynamics. Life is a constant ebb and flow, and relationships are no exception. Over time, friendships and connections naturally shift, often for reasons beyond our control. While this might feel unsettling, it also offers a unique opportunity to reassess and focus on the people who truly matter in your life. For example, you might notice that some friendships fade after retirement or relocation. It's not always a reflection of failure. It's simply part of life's rhythm. What matters is how you respond. Instead of clinging to what no longer fits, many older adults embrace this as a chance to strengthen meaningful bonds and create space for peace. One retired teacher I spoke to shared a powerful insight. She realized that after leaving her career, only a few close friends consistently reached out. At first, she felt hurt by the distance from others, but over time, she saw it differently. These moments of change highlighted who truly valued her. She focused on those relationships, and her life became more fulfilling as a result. It's also important to recognize when a relationship no longer serves your well-being. Maybe it's draining or toxic, leaving you feeling more stressed than supported. Letting go of such connections doesn't mean burning bridges. It means prioritizing your peace. Imagine your time and energy as a garden. The more you nurture the healthy relationships, the more they flourish, while the weeds naturally fall away. Adapting to changes in social dynamics doesn't mean closing yourself off. Technology has made staying connected easier than ever. A video call, text, or social media message can keep cherished relationships alive, even when physical distance separates you. These tools allow you to focus on quality over quantity, maintaining connections that uplift rather than exhaust you. If you're looking to build new connections, consider joining local groups or communities that align with your interests. These are spaces where like-minded people gather, often leading to friendships that feel natural and enriching. The key is to embrace these shifts with grace. Life is constantly evolving, and the relationships that remain are often the ones most aligned with who you are today. By letting go of what no longer serves you and focusing on relationships that bring joy and support, you create a more balanced, fulfilling life. Change isn't always easy, but it's often necessary. Trust that these shifts are paving the way for a stronger, more authentic you. 4. Avoiding social overload. Have you ever left a social event feeling completely drained instead of energized? For many older adults, socializing can feel overwhelming rather than enjoyable. This isn't about disliking people. It's about recognizing your limits and prioritizing your well-being. Social overload is real, and choosing solitude can be a healthy way to avoid it. Think of your energy like a battery. Every conversation, interaction, or event uses a bit of that energy. When you're younger, the battery might recharge quickly, but as you age, it takes more effort to keep it full. This is why so many older adults find joy in solitude. It gives them the time and space to recharge. One gentleman I spoke to shared a story about his shift in social habits after retirement. He used to attend every gathering he was invited to, thinking it was what he was supposed to do. But eventually, he realized he was left feeling exhausted, not fulfilled. So he made a change. He started saying no to events that didn't align with his interests or energy levels. The result? He felt lighter, happier, and more in control of his time. This doesn't mean you should cut out socializing altogether. Instead, it's about being intentional with your interactions. Ask yourself, does this event or relationship add value to my life? Will it leave me feeling uplifted, or will it drain me? By answering these questions honestly, you can make choices that prioritize your emotional health. Another way to prevent social overload is to set boundaries. It's okay to leave a gathering early or skip an event if you're not feeling up to it. You don't owe anyone an explanation beyond what you're comfortable sharing. The people who truly care about you will understand and respect your needs. Solitude also provides an opportunity to reconnect with yourself. Sometimes, being around others can cloud your thoughts and emotions. Taking time alone allows you to reflect, refocus, and recharge. It's in these quiet moments that many people find clarity and peace. If you're worried about losing connections, remember that meaningful relationships don't require constant interaction. A heartfelt phone call or a thoughtful message can go a long way. It's the quality of the interaction that matters, not the quantity. Avoiding social overload is about striking the right balance. By choosing solitude when needed, you're protecting your energy and nurturing your mental health. It's a simple yet powerful way to live with intention and joy. So the next time you feel overwhelmed, give yourself permission to step back and recharge. You deserve it. 5. Health and mobility considerations. Health and mobility often play a significant role in shaping our social habits as we grow older. While some may view these changes as limitations, they can also be opportunities to embrace a quieter, more peaceful way of living. Choosing solitude doesn't mean you're giving up on life. It means adapting to your needs and finding new ways to thrive. Let's face it, attending large social events or traveling frequently can become more challenging with age. Physical conditions like arthritis, fatigue, or limited mobility can make these activities feel daunting. Instead of forcing yourself to keep up with a pace that no longer fits, many older adults find joy in slowing down and embracing a simpler lifestyle. One woman I met shared how her perspective on socializing changed after a hip surgery. Initially, she felt isolated because she couldn't attend her usual gatherings. But during her recovery, she discovered the beauty of solitude. She started journaling, reconnecting with her favorite books, and even trying meditation. What she thought would be a lonely period turned into a transformative chapter in her life. Solitude can also be an essential part of self-care when managing health conditions. It allows you to focus on what your body needs, whether it's rest, exercise, or simply a stress-free environment. Taking care of yourself isn't selfish. It's necessary. When you prioritize your well-being, you're better equipped to engage in social activities when you're ready. If mobility challenges limit your ability to visit friends or family, technology can be a lifesaver. Video calls, online communities, and even voice messages can keep you connected without leaving your home. These tools help bridge the gap, ensuring you can maintain relationships while honoring your physical needs. It's also important to remember that solitude doesn't mean isolation. You can balance alone time with meaningful interactions. For example, instead of attending a large family gathering, you might invite a close friend over for tea. Small, intimate moments often bring more joy and connection than busy events. Adapting to health changes requires a mindset shift. Instead of focusing on what you can't do, celebrate what you can. Solitude gives you the freedom to tailor your days to your needs without the pressure to conform to external expectations. Choosing solitude because of health or mobility considerations isn't about giving up. It's about growing into a new phase of life with grace. It's about finding peace in the present moment and making the most of what you have. And in doing so, you may discover a deeper sense of fulfillment than you ever imagined. 6. A shift in perspective. Aging brings many changes, but one of the most profound is a shift in how we see the world and ourselves. For many older adults, this new perspective is what draws them towards solitude. It's not about withdrawing. It's about finding fulfillment in ways that feel authentic and meaningful. As we age, we often stop seeking external validation. The need to impress others fades, replaced by a desire to live in alignment with our values. Solitude becomes a gift, a space where we can reflect on our lives, appreciate what we've achieved, and focus on what truly matters. One gentleman once shared how he felt liberated after retiring. Without the constant demands of work, he no longer felt the need to attend every event or maintain endless small talk. Instead, he chose to spend his time hiking, meditating, and reconnecting with himself. He called it the most peaceful chapter of his life. This shift in perspective also helps us let go of societal expectations. There's often pressure to stay busy, to always be social, or to keep up with others. But solitude offers a chance to step away from these pressures and embrace a pace of life that feels right for you. It's about living on your terms, not someone else's. Solitude also allows for deeper self-reflection. In the quiet moments, you can ask yourself important questions. What do I value most? How do I want to spend my time? What legacy do I want to leave? These aren't easy questions, but answering them can bring incredible clarity and purpose. Some might worry that choosing solitude means losing connection, but it's quite the opposite. When you take time to nurture your relationship with yourself, you're better able to connect with others in a meaningful way. Solitude strengthens your sense of self, which creates a solid foundation for all other relationships. If you're wondering how to embrace this shift, start small. Dedicate a few minutes each day to solitude. whether it's sitting quietly with a cup of tea, journaling your thoughts, or simply watching the world outside your window. Over time, these moments of peace will become a cherished part of your routine. Remember, this phase of life is not about doing more. It's about being more authentic, more present, and more connected to yourself. By embracing this shift in perspective, you're giving yourself permission to live in a way that feels fulfilling and true. Solitude isn't an escape, it's a homecoming, a return to who you are and what you value most. And that's a perspective worth celebrating. 7. The impact of technology. Technology has quietly revolutionized how we stay connected, and for older adults, it's a powerful tool for balancing solitude and socializing. Choosing to spend more time alone doesn't mean cutting ties with the world. It means using tools that allow you to stay in touch on your own terms. Think about it. A simple video call can bring your loved ones into your living room, even if they're miles away. Whether it's a weekly chat with your grandchildren, a virtual book club with friends, or exploring new interests online, technology bridges the gap between solitude and connection. For many older adults, this is life-changing. A woman I know shared how her smartphone became her lifeline after her children moved to different states. At first, she was hesitant to use it, but once she learned the basics, she discovered an entire world of possibilities. Now she shares photos, attends virtual yoga classes, and even hosts family game nights, all from the comfort of her home. Technology offers flexibility. You can connect when you feel like it and pause when you need quiet time. This balance is especially important for those who value solitude but don't want to feel isolated. It's not about replacing face-to-face interactions, but about enhancing your ability to engage with others in a way that suits your lifestyle. If you're not sure where to start, begin with something simple. Learn how to send a text, join a video call, or explore a favorite hobby online. There are countless tutorials available, many designed specifically for older adults. Once you get the hang of it, the possibilities are endless. Social media is another avenue to consider. While it's important to use it mindfully, platforms like Facebook or Instagram can help you reconnect with old friends, join interest groups, or simply stay updated on loved ones' lives. Used wisely, it's a tool that can keep you connected without feeling overwhelmed. But remember, technology is just that, a tool. It's there to serve you, not the other way around. The goal is to use it in a way that enriches your life, not to replace real-world connections or overfill your day with digital distractions. By embracing technology, you're not only staying connected, but also empowering yourself. It's a way to maintain your independence, explore new opportunities, and continue building relationships, all while enjoying the peace and quiet of solitude. The beauty of today's world is that solitude no longer has to mean disconnection. With a little curiosity and an open mind, technology can help you strike the perfect balance between time alone and meaningful connection. 8. Healing from past experiences. Life's journey is rarely smooth, and by the time we reach later years, we've likely accumulated both joys and scars. For many older adults, solitude becomes a safe space, a sanctuary for healing from past experiences and rediscovering a sense of peace. Painful memories, unresolved conflicts, or emotional wounds can linger if they're not addressed. But solitude provides an opportunity to sit with those feelings and process them without external distractions. It's not always easy, but it's necessary for growth and renewal. One man I spoke with described how, after losing his wife, he felt overwhelmed by grief and regret. At first, he tried to distract himself by staying busy, but nothing seemed to ease the heaviness. It wasn't until he embraced solitude, spending time journaling, walking in nature, and reflecting, that he began to heal. Over time, he said the quiet helped him honor her memory and rebuild his sense of self. Solitude also gives you the chance to forgive, not just others, but also yourself. Perhaps you've held on to guilt for choices you made long ago, or maybe someone hurt you deeply, and you've struggled to let go of that pain. In the stillness of solitude, you can begin to untangle those feelings. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting. It means freeing yourself from the burden of resentment. Another way solitude helps with healing is by creating space for self-compassion. Too often, we're our own harshest critics, but in quiet moments, you can reflect on the challenges you've faced and recognize your strength in overcoming them. You've made it this far, and that's worth celebrating. Healing doesn't happen overnight, and it's not always linear. There will be days when emotions resurface, but that's part of the process. What matters is giving yourself permission to feel, to grieve, and to grow. Solitude makes this possible. If you're unsure where to start, try creating a ritual for your alone time. Light a candle, listen to calming music, or take a mindful walk. These small actions can help you create a space where healing feels natural. It's important to remember that healing in solitude doesn't mean shutting people out. You can still lean on trusted friends, family, or even a therapist while carving out time for yourself. Solitude complements these connections by allowing you to reflect and recharge. In the end, choosing solitude for healing is a profound act of self-care. It's a way to honor your journey, release the past, and step forward with a lighter heart. You deserve that peace, and solitude can guide you toward it. 9. Embracing solitude as a lifestyle choice. Solitude is not just a fallback option for older adults, it's often a deliberate, empowering choice. Many are realizing that embracing solitude as a lifestyle allows for greater peace, fulfillment, and independence. It's a shift that reflects wisdom and self-awareness, not isolation or loneliness. When you intentionally choose solitude, you're reclaiming control over how you spend your time and energy. Instead of filling your calendar with obligations, you're creating space for what truly matters to you. This could mean pursuing hobbies, enjoying nature, or simply savoring the beauty of a quiet afternoon. One woman I spoke with described her transition into a quieter life after retirement. For years, she had juggled endless responsibilities, work, family, and social commitments. When she retired, she chose to focus on herself for the first time. She found joy in gardening, writing poetry, and spending peaceful mornings with her coffee. She said, "It feels like I'm finally living my life for me, not for everyone else." Choosing solitude also helps you reconnect with your inner voice. In a world that's constantly noisy, it's easy to lose touch with your own thoughts and feelings. Solitude provides the stillness needed to reflect on your values, dreams, and priorities. It's an opportunity to rediscover who you are and what brings you happiness. This lifestyle choice doesn't mean shutting people out. It's about striking a balance. You can still nurture meaningful relationships while prioritizing your own needs. By spending time alone, you're better equipped to show up authentically when you do engage with others. If you're considering this shift, start by exploring what solitude could look like for you. Maybe it's dedicating a day each week to your favorite activities or carving out quiet moments each morning. The key is to design a routine that feels both enriching and manageable. It's also important to remind yourself that solitude is not selfish. Taking time for yourself allows you to recharge, reflect, and grow. In fact, it often makes you a more grounded, present, and fulfilled person in the relationships you do choose to maintain. Embracing solitude as a lifestyle is a courageous choice. It's a decision to prioritize your well-being and live in alignment with your values. It's about appreciating the richness of your own company and finding joy in life's simple pleasures. So, if you've ever felt drawn to solitude, know that it's not a retreat from the world. It's an intentional step toward a more meaningful and fulfilling way of living. Solitude isn't empty. It's full of possibility, peace, and purpose. 10. Cultural and generational influences. Cultural and generational shifts have shaped how older adults view solitude, making it a more accepted and even celebrated choice. These changes reflect a growing emphasis on mindfulness, self-care, and independence, values that resonate strongly with today's older generation. In many cultures, the concept of slowing down and enjoying quiet moments has long been admired. Think of practices like meditation, journaling, or spending time in nature. These traditions have taught us that solitude isn't something to fear, but a vital part of personal growth. Older adults, especially those raised in times that valued hard work and family obligations, are now finding freedom in embracing these ideas. Generational shifts also play a role. Baby boomers, for example, were part of a generation that witnessed rapid societal change. They've adapted to new technologies, evolving family structures, and shifting expectations about aging. This adaptability has given them the confidence to forge their own paths, including choosing solitude as a way to reclaim their independence. One man I spoke with explained how his perspective shifted as he aged. He grew up in a time when being busy was seen as a measure of success. But now, he views solitude as a way to focus on what truly matters: his health, his passions, and his peace of mind. For him, stepping away from constant social obligations isn't about rejecting others. It's about embracing a way of life that aligns with his values. Cultural influences like the rise of mindfulness practices and the popularity of self-care movements have also played a part. These ideas emphasize the importance of prioritizing one's mental and emotional well-being, often through intentional quiet time. Older adults are finding inspiration in these practices, incorporating them into their daily lives, and discovering the benefits of solitude. Technology has further amplified this trend. Access to online communities, virtual events, and self-help resources has made it easier for older adults to explore and adopt these philosophies. They can learn about meditation, connect with like-minded individuals, or dive into hobbies, all from the comfort of their own homes. Choosing solitude in the context of these cultural and generational influences isn't about isolating oneself. It's about finding balance in a fast-paced world and valuing the richness of inner peace. By stepping back, older adults are reclaiming their time and energy, focusing on what truly matters and living more intentional lives. So, if you find yourself drawn to solitude, know that it's not just a personal choice. It's part of a broader cultural shift toward mindfulness and independence. This phase of life is yours to shape, and solitude can be a beautiful way to embrace it. In conclusion, more older adults are choosing solitude over socializing for meaningful reasons. They're prioritizing quality relationships over quantity, valuing personal time and peace, and adapting to changing social dynamics. Avoiding social overload helps preserve energy and well-being, while health and mobility considerations make solitude a practical and empowering choice. Aging also brings a shift in perspective, with many finding fulfillment in independence and self-reflection. Technology plays a key role in maintaining connections while embracing solitude. For some, solitude offers a safe space for healing from past experiences, while others see it as a lifestyle choice that aligns with their values. Lastly, cultural and generational influences have normalized and celebrated solitude as a way to focus on self-care and mindfulness. By embracing solitude, older adults are not isolating themselves. They're creating space for growth, peace, and purpose. Remember, solitude isn't about being alone. It's about finding the richness within. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.